give me a ping once you are live here, so that at least I'll get notified and you are able to see my screen. So yesterday the screen was freeze, so also please notify me once you are able to see this dynamic screen. Okay, looks like I'm live now, so let me start the day session. So as you all know, this is our landing page, so we get all resources from here. So day 12 I'm going to upload a day 12 results. So in day 11 yesterday, right, whatever we saw is right building a DevOps pipeline using Azure, and we also talked about this PetClinic REST master code base basically, and then we built Azure pipeline, sorry, not Azure pipeline, whatever the steps are there, we did it manually, and we were able to execute it out. Now let's try to do it using Azure. Right, to do that, what you have to do is go to your dev.azure.com. So let me go here. I have two projects. One I'm experimenting, and if you remember yesterday we did something, day before yesterday we did some experiment here, and here we also built our basic pipeline, how it should look like, right? There are different stages where we wanted to do. Today we are going to cover only one part of this, that is a building of this code, source code, right? For that I need to have some source code, right? The first thing is I need to put some code here. To do that, first I need to clone, right? Let me clone it in Visual Code. So if you can do that way, or else you can also do the simplest way would be, right, let me do a very simple way, right? Instead of some people may have the Visual Code, or you may not have. If you don't have, you can also download that. Let me go with the GitHub bash, git bash. You can also install a git bash. So clear screen. You need to do a git clone, and I have to copy this URL. Okay, 1 second. I just want to make a directory here. Let me go to locate folder, and then let make a directory of mkdir day 12, and then let me clone this, right? Same command. Git phone server and send one. Something we didn't get into this day 12. So okay, anyhow it also copied it here, but I want it in very systematic way, so I'm copying it here. Git clone. So generally it will ask a user authentication when you try it for first time. So I tried already, so it is not asking for me because I'm already authenticated here. So when you try from your end, you will ask password. You have to give a password. You can see that there is a no code. Okay, let me go to this folder. So this is needed for me. Or let me keep this post folder. I may need it in future for reference. So I can paste it here. So here it is taking, see this one, I put it something like this, or don't know whether it opens or not. Let me open File Explorer, that is simplest way, and let me put, okay, so you can see that this folder is opened. Now let me go to my GitHub repo, basically this one, day 11, and I need to get the source code. The source code is stored here, right? So I need this. So I have already pre-downloaded. I mean, you can download it, right, and keep it maybe, right? So since I already have this repository here, so I will directly copy from here, right? Day 11, right? I'll just copy this complete source code and I will put back this to my Azure repo. Right. Okay. Looks like this is all copied. Remember that you should not touch this Azure pipeline.yaml file. This is very much important. Okay, let me go back here and let me do git add star so that it adds. Let me do git commit. Commit will, like, save it in local repository. Have created. If you see git diff, it should be able to show you. There is no difference because we have pushed everything now, right? In just now we committed, there is no extra file need to be added. So now let's try to push it to remote, means to Visual Studio, so to our GitHub repository on this DevOps. So not this here, right? This repository. Currently you can see that there are only two files. One is readme file and one is Azure pipeline file. The moment I issue git commit origin master, git push origin master, so it all the files will be added to my Azure repo and it's completed. So let me check my Azure repo. I'll just do refresh here. You can see that everything is added here. Okay, one more thing I need is I also need a Docker file. So I'll go back here, and because we are doing Docker build, so I need this file as well. So I'll copy this file and let me put it here. The best way to put is go to this repo, paste it here, and again, you can see the git diff. Okay, so it's not showing anything because it's, let me do git pull. Okay, so let me add Docker file added. You can see that one file is added now. So now you can push it, use the same command, git push origin master. So this file will go here, it will add it to repository. These are the simple git commands. If you are already familiar, well and good. If not, I am going to put these as a resource file, maybe all these 3-4 commands, and you can also, few more commands are there, you can practice that, right? And if you are not familiar, and for the for this Azure account, you can also create your free account, right? In DevOps, try to create a free account. You can easily able to create it. Probably at the end of the video I can talk a bit about that, how to create a free account here, right? Okay, so now have added here. Okay, if you see that the build has already started. Why? Because I committed, right? So that's what we were planning, right? The moment we commit something, the build should get triggered. Now we have a dummy pipeline, so it will not do anything, right? It will just pass here, UAT, stage, and prod. Okay, So the hook has already been added. Now let's go back and see our repo. All the files are intact. We have Docker file, we have this, and we have everything is intact. Okay, now let's go to pipeline basically, and you can see that there is a one pipeline what we created. Let me edit this basically, right? Currently, okay, the build is going on, but parallelly I can do edit as well. So that is the plan. Okay, so now I can remove these comments, no need. So trigger is this, right? So the pool image we can also put it in after stage actually, right? That is the standard way of doing it, right? Let me, okay, I have already created one reference. Just like I'll take that path here. Okay, so let me go to this pipeline, right? I have created this sample reference here, right? So don't worry about that. So usually I put it after build. So let me copy these three things, right, from here, and we are going to see these things actually. Don't worry about this. Okay, let me, okay, so we have stages, then jobs, then we have to copy this after job. Cool. Here, like this, the problem with this is YAML, and you have to be very specific. If even it's a single space indentation mistake, it will give some error. So as you can see that now it is giving, right? So what I'll do is I'll just copy it, just for our reference. We'll just put side by side. This is a workable pipeline what I built. I'll just like try to copy this line by line, or just like extract this snippet. Okay, till this point I can extract it. Same thing I can do it for here. Okay, you can see that it worked. The only difference is there can be some minor difference. There can be a space, or see what I did mistake is right after job you need it, but here I was trying to put it here. Maybe this can solve problem, right? After job, yep. So this is all good. Okay, so job 2 I don't need, because let's today try to today's our whatever we did yesterday we wanted to do it basically. Whatever we did yesterday, the same thing we wanted to put it in pipeline, right? The other things will see it later when it comes, but as of now our main job is to do maven build and then push it to Docker Hub. This is what our intent is, right? So let's do it slow, one by one step, right? So I think till this point you have understood this. Now let's go. Okay, what I need is there is maven authenticate and all those thing tasks, but I'm not going to talk them as of now, but I'm going to skip it. Now just do very simple thing, right? What it is, now I wanted to build this source code whatever I uploaded, and then build a Docker image and push it. The unit test case also I'll take care, but other stuffs we'll see it later as we make some progress, right? So I'm going to use this. You can check here the tasks, and you can click on this. It will ask, right, my maven everything is pom.xml, everything is written here. So all the building steps. To see that, let's open this, right? We can see it where it is. So if you are not familiar with maven and all, no need to worry. So basically this is your main, same thing is here, right? What we need to give. So what I'll do is pom.xml, goal is package. If you have any options you can give it, but we'll see what options we can give. For example, we can skip, or you can give external variables, configuration variables, everything we can do it. But as of now, let's keep it very simple. Our intent is to just to test this. I mean, basic thing. Code coverage also you can include, and if you wanted to run the sonar cube, that also you can check mark. But let's keep very simple now. I just fill only pom.xml and package and then click on add, right? So yep, this is expected because yep. So let's see our indentation where it went wrong. Okay, we need steps here, so we have missed it. Okay, so I simply do undo here. Now let's add steps and colon. After these steps, okay, so the indentation is very important here, so I need to give some 2 spaces, and then I can start my Maven. Cool. So when it is all correct, no, you will see the settings, right? This should come, then only we are using. So this we can give as a part of an input file, right? If you manually type here, then you will also get, right, Java version or JDK version it was. Okay, you can also get this JDK version option 1.11. Either you can do it, but I think sometime it is deprecated. The best way is to I think this why it is not taking. If you see, it's a okay. One thing what I missed here is it's a JSON format. Okay, let me redo that. JDK. Okay, something like this you can also give, right? All things looks good. Let's save it and run it to see, right, what is a preview, what we are getting. Okay, I'm saving it. Hope all good. There is no you can also do here a validate, it will check whether you have any errors, and it will let's say I'll make some mistake here, right? So if I click on validate, it is giving me error. It's telling me that at line number 22, column number 9 something is wrong. So let me go 9 and column number 9, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 or somewhere, right? I mean, here it is giving, so you need to understand it and get it corrected, and afterwards you can also check one more validation. It's all good, right? So let me run this, right, and let's see what happens. Okay, it takes some time because what happens is usually it checks out the source and then it tries to build it, and before it builds, let us see pipeline. Whether we have structured it properly or not. Okay, so here I have not given stage name. I have given it as build. It is in build stage, right? All good, I think. Yeah, yep. So I think this should work. Let's wait and see. Cool, it's running. So this I can, okay, there are 2 commits. I don't know why it is showing 2, maybe some because commit IDs are also same. Okay, these are basically one is manual triggered and one is, right, once you do the check-in. So for PR build and commit build, I'm going to talk it later, right? I'm just refraining talking it early. What is PR build? What is commit build? I mean, push. Basically commit is also called as a push. Generally what happens is first we'll build the feature push, right? We build it and get it out, and then when you are doing the PR pull request, when I'm trying to merge it, then issue comes. Just to, okay, let me talk complete till it builds, right? So we have some time to talk about that. Okay, so I'll just talk it from first so that you can understand from beginning. So that there are branches here. Suppose I want a new branch, I can also create it here, right? or I can create it from code as well, git create branch or something, git branch or something, right? So let me create it from here for time being. Let's say feature 1 I have created. Okay, and if you see the code has been taken from this, right? For okay, now in this feature, when I do some small changes, right, I mean something I do it change, some small change, then my like CI should, I mean my pipeline should trigger. Currently it will not do that because we have given specifically master here, then only it does, right? So just because I was just showing the simple thing, maybe in tomorrow's class or something we'll try to change this, we'll try to include this feature branch and see what happens, right? Okay, so any feature branch, right, should do the trigger and go build it, but should not push it to Docker, right? That is the only goal as of now for feature branches. If you want, you can also push it to Docker and deploy it and see, or else you just build the artifacts and deploy it and see. That also possible, right? It's up to your policy how you want to do it. Now coming back here, let's go back to, okay, now once I have made some changes, right? All the features are there in source code. Some developer have made a changes. Now what he will do is he will let me do that, probably that works better way. Okay, so let's say I'm doing some changes here, right? Let me add a I mean very basic, right, comment here, right? I mean let me change this will not impact anything. Okay, I did a comment now. Okay, so now what I have to do is it will ask directly here to create a pull request, or you can also go here where in a code repo, here pull request, you can raise a new pull request from feature 1 to master branch. This I wanted to merge it. Okay, and you can also add a code reviewer if you have a team, so that, like, they will get a notification, they can do a code review here, right? And once you do that, this will go. Okay, so this will now start building it. Basically we call it as a PR, a pull request, right? So for the pull request, what happens is we have a two builds, right? One is whatever you committed that build, and then whatever the if everything is fine, then whenever it's going to do a merge into master branch, that time also it will do one more build. That in coming classes we are going to see in detail and practically do it and see. So as of now I'll just abandon this, right? So just I wanted to make sense what I'm talking, right? So you may be thinking it's still building. Let's see what stage it is. Okay, it's still in build stage. What happened here is you can see that the Maven, whatever we just now added, it's getting, and it is getting all the source and everything getting downloaded, right? So from the Maven repository and all, right? So currently this is very simple example. It will get all the source code, I mean dependency libraries and all those things from repo.mavenapache.org. From this it will get it. But if you are building it for some corporate, you need to define your own this thing, your own Maven artifact repository. Basically all the third-party libraries, you will put it in one of the repository and you will fetch it from there. Just to show you, okay, everything is defined in this pom.xml, right? So here you will get it. It will say that this is this Spring Boot and all those things. It will fetch it. Basically all these are the dependencies. Basically if you are familiar with Maven, you understand. If you don't, then no need to understand this, right? I mean you can basically all these are the dependencies. Basically if you are familiar with Maven, you understand. If you don't, then no need to understand this, right? I mean you can easily get the things. I mean all these are dependencies, right? So it will fetch it from by default artifactory, right? So you need to map a default artifactory. So that we are going to talk in some of the coming class, right? In detail we are going to see. We'll also try to make our own artifactory if time permits. Then we'll try to get the things from that repository. Let's go back to C and pipeline. Oh, it got failed. Let's see why it got failed. No, this is not mine. Okay, ours is cool 2 basically, right? Pipeline Okay, it's still running. So build is yet running, it's getting downloaded. Let's see. Okay, meanwhile I will try to okay, meanwhile till that continue, let me go back to pipeline and edit some more thing, right? So one is that what we saw, that it works basically. I have already tested it, it works, right? I can show you how it works. It takes some time, and I have like way to make it fast also. I'll be telling you that. Okay, first thing is now to add a next task. So today my network is bit unstable. You may see some difficulty there. Okay, if you see that now Docker Hub, Docker registry, everything is established, right? So let me check once connection, everything is all good. Okay, now it's all good. Okay, cool. So now you can see that whatever I created, the Docker registry, it's been created. Okay, now let me go back to my pipelines. Then let's see this pipeline. Okay, it is successful. Okay, but anyhow I'll come that just to my own build was successful. We'll come to that. Okay, now okay, let's come back here, and we were doing this as Docker, right, build and push. So I told we are going to use this. If you click now here, we have a service connection. If you remember the same Docker Hub, the name I have given, it appeared here, and now I have to give the repository name. Okay, now this means that I have connected to this one, right? This Docker Hub I have already connected to this site. Okay, now I have to give the name. Here I have given is Sachin V18, or let me create a new one. Even that works. Or let's use this one itself, right? Because it's already worked. So I don't want to take a risk of breaking now. Okay, let me use Sachin V18. Here Sachin V18 is your container repository name. Or let's say PetClinic. PetClinic is also fine for me. Let me do that. PetClinic. Okay, so okay, everything else is this tags and all those things. We'll see how these things can be done. Now let me click on add, right, and let me come here where it got added. Okay, you can see that the notification I got is it's successful now. That's okay, but where it got added, I don't know, some miss happened here. Still, let me do refresh. It'll reload. Sometimes it doesn't load. Cool. I don't know, something it happened. Let me try it again. Before trying, right, I need to make sure I am the correct thing. Okay, so let me go Docker Hub. Let me give PetClinic command. What we are giving is basically build and push yesterday, right? So now okay, but the Docker file, right, it just asks where is the location of this Docker file, and we have to give the same name. It's a Docker and file. Let me check everything is all good. So it says that yes, Docker and file is fine, right, all good. Let me give it as proper file, right? It is in root, right? It's in root, and then this is here. It look, it's all good. So, and we can also validate pipeline once. It's all good. Now let's save it. Okay, so all good. Let me run this. Okay, but before running, I wanted to see the previous result, what it happened, right? So let me go to pipeline. Looks my network is really having some issue. It's a bit slow. Yep. Or you can also see here, right? It's opened. You can also see raw logs here, which says that everything all good here as of now. Right? It downloads all the dependencies, everything, whatever you see, right? You can see the logs here, complete logs. Right, downloaded, and it also built the jar. So this versioning and all those things, no, we'll take care like when it is. And if you see here, right, it put it in directory this one, right? So I'll just copy this target. Okay, now this also got started. I doubt in Docker it may fail because we are saying, okay, this is proper one, yeah. So all good. Let me see in Docker file what we have given. Copy that, this should be proper, right? Path should be proper. Let me check. Okay, see here, this is what I was talking about. It should be within a target, and basically the folder should be something like this. In target folder, it's try to search here and then copy it. Right. So then everything else all look good, right? So what we'll do is, it's also like in 30 minutes. So probably tomorrow, because I strictly wanted to adhere the timing so that you should not get disturbed, right? With this more. We can see this what are happening here. Maybe it takes some around 5 to 7 minutes. We can wait, or else this works basically. I have tested and everything is checked it out. So I'll upload all the resources, including this pipeline structure and everything what we did, 2 stages, Maven and Docker, to our repository here on a day 12. So you guys can also try it out and see, right, what it can be, right? So if you have any questions, put it in a chat, I can answer, or else we can close for a day. We can also able to see it in Docker repo as well, right? Whatever the pushed and all those things. Probably this exercise will take it tomorrow, right? Just in the interest of time, because it's already 9:14. So I'm afraid it's taking almost 45 minutes. But we initially I committed you to have a 30-minute session, right? So yes, so let's tomorrow we can see it. Just to summarize for a day, what we really did is we added, if I go to pipeline files, right, that's where my logic I have put it, right? I have added these 2 steps here. One is Maven and one is Docker. I don't know where is image and everything. I'll just revive first 5 minutes of that, then you can see, right? Okay, thank you very much for your time. Yeah, we'll close down today's session.